Hello friend, thanks for joining me for another video blog. I'm excited to be here with you today. It's been a while since I recorded a video, so thanks for your time, your presence, your energy. Today I'm speaking, maybe to you, I'm speaking to the high achievers who are ready to abandon this old paradigm, these old beliefs about success and fulfillment. This old belief that says we need to embrace stress, we need to struggle, we need to be in survival, we need to sacrifice our quality time with loved ones, we need to sacrifice our well-being at times in order to be happy, successful, and fulfilled. That is not working any longer. Maybe worked in the 50s, 60s, even 70s. It no longer works at this time. We need to be operating from a different place, which is operating from a place of creation, not survival, a place of creation, a place of genius, a place where you thrive. It's a place where you operate from the emotional state, from the states of joy, love, peace, abundance, and freedom. And what a paradox. The paradigm used to be work hard, struggle, stress, embrace the anxiety, embrace the overwhelm, so you can create a life that is free, that is peaceful, that is joyful, and then you can love life. We got this so backwards. It's time for us to get this right with this shift of consciousness, which basically means letting go old beliefs that no longer serve us, that no longer work for us, and embrace the new ways. Just like you update your computer, you buy new computers and new softwares so they're more efficient, they are faster, they work better for the projects you do today. We need to reboot our systems. We need to abandon these old programs, these old paradigms, and install the new program. The new program is this. From this place of love, freedom, peace, abundance, joy, where I love my life already, I will create my future. I will show up from a place of genius, from a place of creativity, because that's where you become your best self. That's where you are actually, your best self. You are a divine creator. And when you're working from a place of anxiety, fatigue, overwhelm, you working from a place of stress, you working with a lot of chemicals of stress floating in your body, and biologically speaking, those chemicals of stress over time basically shrink your brain. They shrink your creativity. They shrink your ability to solve problems. They shrink your insights, your intuition. You can no longer read your gut signals. You can no longer step back and see the possibilities and see that what you might be missing. Because in a place of stress, when we're operating from the chemicals of stress, our vision becomes very narrow. We become very attached to external, meaning we start focusing on the problems, we focus on the people, we focus on the pandemic, we focus on problems versus focus on solutions. We need to be working from a place of genius, from our creator, because that's where we get to tap into the quantum field. That's when you get to work from your divine self, and you all are. And I know this language might challenge some of you, but it's time for the shift. It's time to learn how to love life right now. Like, what do you need to do to start loving life right now, regardless of the results in the external factors in your life? Because this is what happens. When you love life, life in return loves you. Life in return gives you the motivation that you want, inspires you with ideas, gives you the vitality, gives you solutions, gives you the energy, gives you love back. Love creates more love. So when you love life, you start loving yourself by default. When you love life, you feel inspired. So you feel joyful, you feel freedom, you feel abundance, you feel peace in your heart, because you start aligning your heart. You start aligning your brain with your heart, with your body. You align your behaviors, your beliefs, your feelings, emotions with the future that you want to create. So love life, and everything starts to happen. In order to create a new life, if you want to create a life that is from a place of joy, love, freedom, you need to be willing to abandon the old beliefs. You need to be willing to abandon the old emotions of stress, guilt, shame, anger, judgment, resentment. You need to be willing to abandon all that. And that can be hard, because if your personality is shaped, your identity is shaped by all those past experiences, and you're still showing up every day from your past experiences, you won't create a life. You won't create a new version of yourself, a new version of a life. So if you want things to change, you need to be willing to abandon the old. And that involves some dark nights of the soul, because we get very attached to familiarity. What's familiarity? Or old beliefs, behaviors, attitudes, feelings, emotions. So if you are used to feel guilt and unworthy, you need to be willing to abandon that. And when you abandon those emotions, you will walk to this period that I call the bridge of change. Dr. Joe Dispenza calls the river of change. So it doesn't matter what you call, but we go through this period where we don't know who we are sometimes. So in that period, when you start asking the questions, who am I? What am I here for? What is my purpose? What do I really want for my life? And not knowing can be terrifying for a lot of people. That's why having the help of a life coach is a good idea. And that's what I do with a lot of my clients. I hold their hand in that process. I went through a lot of dark nights of the soul in the last 2 years, because I abandoned completely a lot of structures of my identity, a lot of my beliefs, a lot of my emotions. I used to function from anxiety. I used to function from fear. And I no longer believe that in order to be fulfilled and successful in life, we need to embrace those states. I'm a full 100% believer that in this new era that we are, the place to be, it's a place of loving life, so we can be in our natural states, in our essence, back to our essence, before we build all the baggage. Our essence is joy, it's peace, it's freedom, it's love and abundance. And again, start loving life, and you're going to start tapping into those states. Now, there are many practices. There's a process of shift. You don't change overnight, and it's not necessarily easy. If we change overnight and it was easy, everybody would be doing. So there are many practices. There's a formula. There's an art. And that's what I do in my one-on-one work. So through this video, so the next 6-7 videos, I want to share little bites of what I teach my clients. So today I want to talk about the breath. The breath is the first place that you can start changing, because the breath will help you to be in the present moment and let go of the past and not be in the future either. The breath is the portal to bring in this present moment. And in this present moment, you become aware of how you're feeling, how you are, how's your heart, how's your mental state, how is your physical state. You need to become first aware of where you are in order to change. Aware that you might be carrying a lot of guilt and shame from the past and you need to do some healing. And that's part of my coaching, my clients. A lot of times we need to revisit the childhood just to kind of let go of the baggage so they can create the new future. You can't create a new future carrying the baggage from the past. You need to basically be a new version of you if you want to create something new. So the breath is the portal to the present. the breath helps you to become aware. And then the breath is what sends a signal to your brain that turns off the survival brain and tells your brain and your central nervous system that you're safe and you're secure. You need to first get out of survival in order to change your life. You cannot thrive and survive at the same time. So get out of survival and get into a place of creation. And that place is in the present moment. So what I recommend is that you commit to do some breath work, 5 minutes every day. Best time in the morning, but you can do any time. Set your alarm, and for 5 minutes, just focus on your breath. For 5 minutes, do belly breathing, because the belly breathing will turn off your stress response. So if you're living with the hormones of stress for a long time, which means you live with anxiety, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're always rushing, you feel like you never get things done, you feel constantly behind, you're not sleeping well, you're feeling disconnected, you experience some health conditions, that means you're living for a long time with the hormones of stress, with the chemicals of stress. So the breath is the first place that can start changing your physiology. And by changing your physiology, by being present, by having a little more energy, more vitality, you'll be able to start changing your mindset, your psychology, which will be the next video. I'll share some mindset strategy with you. So start with the breath. If you don't know how to do a belly breath, just go to my YouTube channel. I might put the video here below, how to do a belly breath. Do that 5 minutes a day so you can start getting out of survival and start getting into your genius, into your creation, because you are a creator. And the creator in you, the divine in you, might be asleep, might be sleeping for a long time, and it's time to wake up this creator and this divine within you, because you have it, I have it, everybody has the divine. And when we connect with the divine, connect with this quantum field where we expand our brain and we get out of survival, that's where the magic happens. That's where you wake up the mystic in you as well, where you're not just operating from the knowledge that you store for all your life, but you start tapping into new knowledge that is available to all of us. So thank you, and if you love this video, please share with your friends. And if you're interested in learning more about my work and how I help my clients to create the future that they want and start in this present moment, let me know. Send me a message, let's book a call, and we can have a conversation, see if I can help you to go from survival to thriving and flourishing. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you very soon. Mwah.